All right, let's talk about what I wore on the Washington Backcountry Discovery Route this year. This is 2021, and this is brought to you from the Bates Mototel, which, if you don't know, it's Moto has a place for motorcyclists who are in the area and they want to stop by and camp out. I can't tell you where it is. If you want to know where the Bates Mototel is, you have to ask Moscow Moto themselves, and they'll let you know where it is. It's in a secret location. This is also a good place to have this year's what I wore on the Backcountry Discovery Route, because a lot of what I wore was actually Moscow Moto gear, which, and I'll tell you what they gave me and what I bought. This year I thought I'd do it backwards. I would start with my clothes off, other than my base layers for, and you know who you are out there, other than my base layers. And this year my base layer was just a t-shirt, and always my darn tough ski socks, which I love for motocrossing. And new for this year, I wore Force Field Body Armor's Pro Air pants. Now these are CE level 2 in the hips, in the butt, and up to the side cocks, and they also include knee protectors in them. And they're mesh and they flow air really well. The air just blows right through them. So this was my base layer for the entire ride. For my upper body protection, Revit sent me their new Proteus armored shirt, basically. And that looks like this. Basically it's CE level 2 in the back, in the elbows, and in the shoulders, and then CE level 1 in the chest. And what I really like about this is it also includes some rib protection. So this is what I wore on my upper body. And the other cool thing about this particular shirt is it includes a waist belt to hold your back protector in place, and it zips up the front. Again, it's all CE level 2 except the chest, which is 1. I'm not sure why, because it's actually pretty thick. And again, all mesh, air flows through it really nice. I was very comfortable on the entire ride, and I never took this off. Again, I really like rib protection. I love that. For my pants, I wore my favorite tried and true Moscow Moto Woodsman. These are the ones that are shoulder in the front. Another more breathable material in the back. Oh, shoulder in the seat too, so you don't get a wet butt. They are super water resistant, not necessarily waterproof. And I really like the Moscow Moto Woodsman pants for adventure riding for sure. There we go. Now, what did... There you go. Super comfy, and they don't look like weird motocross pants. They just look like pants, so you can go out and have some cup of coffee without people pointing at you. Not that you care if people point. As always, the boots I've been wearing for the last couple years are the CD TA3s. So these are the ones with the actual sole on the bottom of the boot, and they're motocross boots. I recommend everybody, if you are going to go adventure riding, you get yourself a pair of motocross boots or something heavy duty, so that when you do eventually crash, and you're going to crash, you don't break a leg or you don't break an ankle. Okay? I like the CDs because they fit my foot. Number one rule in shoes and boots and clothes in general, really, make sure it fits your body. No point in having the coolest kicks around, but you got blisters at the end of the day. That's just stupid. Don't do that. Okay, so boots. So at this point, you're probably asking, John, why don't you just have an adventure jacket? Remember, I prescribe to the Enduro Touring layering theory, the layering system, where if I get really hot and I take my jacket off, my armor doesn't get thrown away with my jacket. What's the easiest way to cool off? Pull some layers. If your armor's in your clothes, you can't do that. You're stuck. So we're going to do layering like y'all have been dressing like your entire lives, right? You put your base layers on, you get your regular street clothes, and you put a jacket on over that, right? You take layers on and off as conditions warrant. So here are my base layers for my protection. The next thing I'm going to do, and obviously this is optional because I could ride just like this if I wanted to. The next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and put a jersey over top of all of this, and it can be your favorite brand, your favorite color, right? It doesn't matter which jersey you have on. Jersey is totally optional as well. The point is that you can, you can look like a motocrosser. You can throw a little color in your outfit instead of wearing the gray and black and whatnot outfits and your boring old stuff, right? This just looks cool. Now, from here, you could either throw on any jacket you have. You could pull a jacket out of your closet, right? Because your armor is built into you. What I wore, because it was a little cold, my next layer below my jacket would be my jackaloft jacket. And this is just synthetic insulation with some pretty I say non-breathable. It's woven, so it's going to be breathable. But what I found is this jacket is really, really silly warm. The air does not just blast through it. So even as a standalone piece on the outside, this would be fine for most people. For my adventure jacket, something to keep the wind from blowing right through you, especially when you're out on the highway, what I wore was Moscow Moto's rack jacket. And rack is for anorak. This is super simple. See, it has a half zip in the front. And then, well, here, let me just put it on. I'll show you. Oh, and to get it on, what you have to do is you unzip this side. This looks weird. It's really not hard to put on, right? To put it on, all you have to do is unzip both sides and kind of throw it over your head, and then you zip this side zip right here, and then the front zip. Now this is fully 100% waterproof. It doesn't have any abrasion resistant materials on it like the Basilisk jacket or like most other jackets. But this is mostly for when you're on the road, or if it's raining really hard and you're more worried about lightweight. This is like in between a heavier ADV jacket and one of those really light, papery, throw away if you crash kind of jackets. This will take a crash, but not a hard crash. And I really love it that where jackets leak and they let water through is right here, right in the zipper. So what an anorak does, what the rack jacket does, is it just has this zipper. This is the only place water can get in. Everything else, there's no vents. This is E-vent material, so it's breathable, and it actually breathes pretty good, depending on how quick you go. And if you're going, call it 40, 50, 60 miles an hour, the air does get through this. And you can feel it, and that's why this is kind of important to have underneath it. Now, at this point, other than my helmet and my gloves, I am pretty much 100% ready for anything that comes my way. I did bring one other piece, which I did not end up having to use, but it was super nice just in case I did need it. These are the Moscow Moto rack pants, and these are 100% waterproof, and they're an overpant, and the sides open up. And then once you get, obviously everything opened up, all you have to do is and then zip this side up, and then do your tops up, and there you go. And now I'm waterproof from, well, I was going to say head to toe, but technically from neck to ankle. CD boots are not waterproof, but I carry extra socks. So that's pretty much what I wore for the whole trip. Actually wore this jacket a lot. It was much colder than I thought it'd be. And then the jackaloft came on and off and in the pack when I didn't need it. But super comfortable. Again, a week riding. I don't know how many miles it is, 1,000 miles plus. And no chafing, no nothing. I was very comfortable the whole time. This is the first BDR I didn't crash. This is the first BDR where I didn't like crash very bad. I think I dropped the bike once, just one time, but it was worth it because it was for a really cool photo. And then the last couple things I have are my gloves and these, and I have a bunch of different gloves. These are the Revit. Oh shoot, I can't remember which ones they are. The Massives? I've got a couple pair of Revit gloves, and I gotta say, all of them are super comfortable. Like where the seams are in here, they don't poke you. They're really, really nice. I really, really like them. And then the last thing is my helmet. And this is the RI XD4 that I've had for years and years and years. It's still crushing it. It's still super comfortable. And yeah, I told you at the beginning that a Moscow Moto actually gave me a lot of this gear, and I just want to be super honest so you guys know. Moscow Moto gave me the rack jacket and pants. They gave me the red jersey that I was wearing. They gave me the Jackaloft jacket because they didn't want me to get cold on the BDR. Revit gave me that their armored shirt, and Force Field Armor also gave me the pants. So and Revit gave me the gloves as well. So basically I paid for my socks, underwear, helmet, and boots. Everything else was given to me, not necessarily for review, it was just given to me because. Now, obviously, they know I'm going to review it, and I will always be super honest, even if you give me stuff. So to all you manufacturers out there, keep sending me stuff, but understand, if I don't like it, I will let you know that I don't like it, and why I don't like it. How can you improve on your product? Yeah, I didn't want to turn this into a gear review, so I'm going to just leave that at that. And I'm going to say thank you guys so much for watching me get dressed. All right, I'm done here in Washington, and now it's time to head back to Colorado. I'll see you guys later. I need coffee.